podcast channel here on YouTube. I'm Dad. How's your night going? This particular episode is going to have two confusing to me stories. Very confusing. These came to me earlier in the day, today, at the time of recording this. I found them very confusing, especially this one here. But I want to see if you're just as confused as I am, or if you can help me sort this out. And you will be able to see my confusion as we go along. Title of this is New York City Man Filmed. Okay, filmed hacking police with a machete, won't be charged with attempted murder. That's not the confusing part. Okay, yeah, it is, just thinking about it, but okay, now a deranged Brooklyn man was caught on film. Okay, on film. Okay, you one of these, people have their phones now and they taping everybody's rear end going, up and down Jasmine Street or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, was caught on film last week hacking at a New York City officer with a machete. Although wounded in the attack, the officers nevertheless managed to subdue the suspect. Coffee will do that to you every time. This bloodletting was apparently not enough to convince a New York City grand jury to hold 40-year-old Jean Blaine, French or whatever, like Jean-Claude Van Damme, Jean Blaine, I don't know, but Mr. Blaine, accountable for his alleged actions. Again, I don't know why everyone says alleged when it's on film. Stop saying that. If it's on film, it's not alleged. You can see it happening. While willing to hit Blaine with some lesser charges, the grand jury decided not to indict him with attempted murder. New York City officers were called to an apartment on New York Avenue near Beverly Road around 3:20 p.m. on January 22nd, following reports of a man acting erratically, reported the New York Daily News. Officers reportedly spoke to Blaine's family prior to engaging him. The New York Post indicated that Blaine has been arrested on at least 3 other occasions and has a history of emotional disturbances. In 2015, he was arrested for reportedly exposing his genitals to women in Times Square. On another occasion, he was arrested for allegedly stealing his neighbor's car. Yeah, that sounds like Brendan Deppa. Something mentally wrong with him too, I guess. So when he was told to stop playing his Nintendo Switch in class, he decided to beat the parapro's ass near, almost to death. Cops arrested him. Fuck you, I'm not going to jail. Okay, yeah, he's competent enough to stand trial if he knows where he's going. But that's the biggest confusing part, because Brendan is facing 30 years. Okay, the parapro does have a right to not back down and give in to the other side because they want a lesser punishment or nothing at all, you know. But here, this, okay, emotional disturbances. Okay, not really. Autism, I don't think it could be on the same spectrum. But like I said at the beginning of this video, if you can help me clarify, please do so down below. Thank you very much. But yeah, even in Brendan's case, he was. It was reported that he was arrested like 2 or 3 times prior to beating the parapro's ass over the switch. So now he's facing 30 years for that. This guy goes and takes Jason's machete from him and uses it against the cops, injuring one of them in some way, shape, or form, injuring a officer. But the grand jury decides not to indict him for attempted murder charges. Okay, how? Is it because it's New York or what? I don't know. I'm holding my hands and shrugging my shoulders like you guys can see where my hands are at. Anyway, and get neighbor's car. Footage of the incident shows Blaine, who reportedly also goes by Insane Blaine, beginning to freak out as officers calmly attempt to make the arrest. No, 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 roars Brian, still seated on his bed. Please be cooperative, responds one of the officers. You know what, shouts Blaine, sliding a hand under the sheets and grabbing a hidden machete. Fuck that. Okay. Emotional disturbances, whatever. I'm not around Blaine. I don't know. But if you know why the police are there and you grab a weapon and start hacking at them, you are perfectly capable in mind to know what's happening, to know what you're doing. So I don't even know why they do this. Okay, I don't even know why their defense attorneys jump in. Oh, he's emotional stress, blah blah blah. That's all y'all's defense line. That's how you start everything. But anyways, if he says this, then yes, he does know what's going on. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is confusing because Blaine, as stated in the title, is not charged with attempted murder. And I'm not even fully done reading the article yet. And I already did, what, 2, 3, 4, whatever stories about Brendan Deppa. And he's facing 30 years just for beating the snot out of somebody. You know, out of the parapro. Anyways, the deranged man stands on the bed and raises the machete. Someone off camera yells, "Oh shit, look out," as Blaine begins hacking repeatedly at officers. Watch on. No, I don't have a. what used to be called Twitter, or which is now X. I don't have an account there, so this is probably not going to work for me. Or else I would probably play the video. Then I'd probably warn up, hey, if you're squirmish, don't look. But anyways, police indicated that Blaine slashed a 40-year-old sergeant on the right side of the head. Another was slashed on the wrist while attempting to subdue the attacker. The third officer was reportedly struck by the machete on the shoulder. The officers were taken to Kings County Hospital and have since been discharged. Sources told the Post that Blaine, who was ordered held without bail Wednesday, had allegedly slashed another victim 2 weeks earlier, cutting the victim's ear and hand just 3 blocks away in an unrelated, unprovoked attack. Okay. Unrelated, as we all know, is okay. He's going after the cops for something that they're there for to come get him, and this other person was just victim because Blaine the creep decided to go and just hack somebody up. I don't know. But unprovoked, and you just up and doing that crap? Oh yeah, you deserve jail time. But anyways, can you see the confusion so far between Blaine and Brendan? But don't forget, there's another story, and that's why I'm doing these two together. Okay. Now, Blaine's not being charged with attempted murder. Remember that. The victim, Gigi, I'm not going to attempt that name. I will soul murder it. Gigi told the Post, I just went to get my coffee and he came out of the store. He asked me, what do you want? Continued Gigi. I didn't say anything and he just attacked me. I didn't know what to do. I just ran. I just want justice, said Gigi. He tried to kill me. That's never happened to me before, and he tried to kill me. Blaine has not yet been charged in connection to Gigi's attack. Wow. Despite his alleged history of violence and the distinct possibility that any machete stroke could have been life-ending, a grand jury decided during Blaine's appearance in Brooklyn Criminal Court that he should be spared from attempted murder charges, largely due to his supposed mental instability. The Daily News noted he was, however, ultimately charged with assault, menacing, and weapon possession. Vincent, president of the Sergeants Benevolent Association, indicated in a letter to members that the grand jury refused to indict him for attempted murder and were undecided on charges of assault in the first degree. Wow. Seriously? This unbalanced justice system has created an unprecedented, dangerous environment, wrote Vincent. Had the machete not been dull, we would have been attending at least one police funeral, possibly more. Why is this case not eligible for remand? Who takes responsibility if this deranged man harms or kills others while he is free awaiting trial? Oh gee, guess just blame the justice system. Vincent stressed that the New York City officials have proven that they are clueless and how to address real-life daily dangers that so many New Yorkers are needlessly facing. Blaine is currently being held in psychiatric ward as investigators look into his alleged attack on Gigi. Blaine's apparent machete attack came just days before a mob of illegal aliens viciously assaulted New York City officers. The migrant mob was released without bail shortly thereafter. Wow, okay. Yeah. Okay, now that's the confusion between Blaine and Brandon, but this is also going to be the confusion between Blaine and this next story. And in this story, mother found guilty of using 16-inch cane blade to kill man in Ardmore, Pennsylvania. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If you live in Pennsylvania and I just totally hacked that name, just chopped it to bits, please let me know. Thank you. But anyways, in this story, I was reading through, I think I got the notification for this story first before I got Blaine, as you see who started the video here. And actually, you know what? Let me hold my thought on that one. Let's read through here, and then I'll tell you where my confusion is. The biggest part of it, okay? The biggest part. Okay, once again, mother found guilty of using a 16-inch cane blade, to kill man in Ardmore, Pennsylvania. Okay, a jury reached a verdict in the murder trial of Renee. I'm just going to say Renee, who authorities say stabbed a man to death following an altercation involving her son. Okay? Keep that paragraph in mind. Alright, keep that paragraph in mind. After several hours of deliberating, Thursday, Renee, 70, was found guilty of third-degree murder and possessing an instrument of crime. Authorities say Renee used a 16-inch blade hidden in a walking cane to kill the victim, 31-year-old Michael Sides, back on June 10th, 2023. The incident began after authorities say Renee's son, Jason, sucker punched a friend of the victim at an Ardmore pub. Renee has been charged with murder in connection with the stabbing death of a man who was trying to confront her son. The son then reportedly called his mother, who came to the bar with her husband. Renee told the police when the couple went to the scene, the victim tried to prevent her son from getting into their car, resulting in another altercation. Investigators say that's when Renee stabbed Sides twice with the hidden knife. Sides was taken to Lankenau Medical Center, I hope I said that one right too, where he was pronounced dead. Renee claimed she was defending her son, but the video played in court showed she, her husband, and son did not call 911 or try to help the victim after the stabbing. Okay, maybe I didn't read that part, which led to my confusion. I'll still tell you my original confusion on this. Yes, I did read that. I'll still tell you what my confusion was at the end of the video, which is apparently right after I read these next few paragraphs. This defendant injected herself and a 16-inch blade into a fistfight, and while she had the right to defend herself and her son, she did not have the right to take the victim's life, said Assistant Jurassic District Attorney Brianna Ringwood. Said Brianna Ringwood. The way she behaved during the fight and also immediately after the victim fell and was bleeding demonstrated an indifference to the value of his life. As Renee was escorted away, she said if it was their child, what would they do? The victim's family said justice was served as they left court Thursday. Okay, now here's my confusion. Before I read the, oh, I wish I could do this circle thing right here so I can, oh, I can't. But right here where it says, Renee claimed she was defending her son, but the video played in court showed she, her husband, and son did not call 911 or tried to help the victim after the stabbing. Okay, before I even read that small paragraph right there, this was my original confusion. Because, okay, yes, she actually did kill somebody and, got arrested, charged. But Blaine had a more dangerous weapon. Okay. It didn't even say how long the blade was, but I could only imagine it was longer than 16 inches. Probably at least 2 feet minimum. And was slashing at police officers. Excuse me. Which offers up more time in jail or prison because it's a police officer you're going after, not another, for sake of conversation, I'll just say average Joe on the street, like you, me, your neighbor down the road, whatever. Okay? We're not police officers, but if you go after a police officer, that carries more time than as if you was to go after another civilian, a standard everyday civilian. So, but like I said, Renee got arrested and charged. Okay, for murder. Blaine did not get charged at all for attempted murder. Okay, and if I can throw Depa back into this, okay, yeah, he's facing 30 years. We already know what the end game is on that, because he's facing up to 30 years. We don't know about Renee here, how much time she's facing. Okay, but that was the confusion part to me, because for what she did, she's going to jail. But for what Blaine did, he's not going to jail. He's not getting charged whatever like Renee was. Okay? That was my original confusion. And then, just as I was reading Renee's story here, this section, like right here, where they did not call 911 or tried to help the victim afterwards, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that kind of, I guess, helped straighten up some of my confusion, because, okay, they did not call 911 or help the victim, but, wow, okay, but yes, That was my original confusion. That was my reasoning for bringing both of these stories in one to you. Um, so yeah, wow. How could, huh? Okay, if you're the one doing a crime, you're not going to call 911 on yourself. That's already a given. But there was no one else that was there to call 911? Because I don't think the story even said someone else called 911. But anyhow, um, in this picture, I believe this young lady here on the left is to be Renee, because on the right shows the cane blade, measuring tape. Um, yeah, I hold on a second. I'm grabbing a screenshot. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, could you see my confusion earlier between these, between what Renee and Mr. Blaine did? One's going to jail, and the other had not been charged with anything, not even going to jail. Can you see where that confusion was at? Okay. I guess actually sitting here reading stories to you guys, unlike my other videos, unlike my other videos, um, wow. And I do thumb throughs of stories to get a gist. Wow. Just that little paragraph just changed the whole thing. Whole thing just changed. Huh. I'm thinking better light. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, I shall leave it here. You guys take care of yourselves, because there's a bunch of weirdos out there, and I'm a weirdo too. But I'm, in the good sense. I have control over it. But anyways, you guys take care of yourselves. I'll see you all in the next video. I'm out. Peace.